Andorra, a land of breathtaking mountains and medieval villages, but hidden beneath its beauty are places where the past refuses to rest. Haunted churches, cursed tunnels, and ghostly apparitions lurk in the shadows, waiting for those who dare to step too close. Today, we uncover the top 10 most haunted places in Andorra, where history meets horror, and the spirits of the past still roam. 1. Santa Coloma Church. Hidden away in the quiet village of Santa Coloma, the ancient church stands as a silent witness to centuries of dark secrets. Its stone walls, weathered by time, seem to whisper of untold tragedies. Locals speak of eerie occurrences, flickering candles in the dead of night, shadows that move despite no one being present, and an unnatural chill that fills the air. The haunting melody of an organ sometimes echoes through the empty church, though no one dares to play it. It's said that the spirits of those who once prayed here still linger, trapped in a never-ending loop of restless sorrow. On moonless nights, visitors have claimed to see figures dressed in old-fashioned robes, wandering in the churchyard. But when approached, they vanish into thin air, leaving nothing but a sense of foreboding. Santa Coloma Church is a place where the past is never truly gone, and the boundary between the living and the dead is disturbingly thin. 2. Santuario de Meritxell. High in the Andorran mountain stands the Santuario de Meritxell, a sacred place with a past shrouded in mystery and tragedy. Once a site of devotion, it was reduced to ashes in a devastating fire in 1972, but some say the flames awakened something far darker. Even after its reconstruction, strange occurrences continue to plague the sanctuary. Visitors report sudden drops in temperature, whispers echoing through the empty halls, and an overwhelming sense of being watched. The most terrifying tales speak of ghostly apparitions, shadowy figures kneeling in prayer, only to disappear when approached. On stormy nights, an eerie glow is said to emanate from the ruins of the original church, as if the spirits of the past are still mourning their lost sanctuary. Is it a sacred place, or a portal to something beyond? No one truly knows, but those who visit often leave with a chilling certainty they were not alone. 3. Casa de la Vall. In the heart of Andorra, La Vella stands Casa de la Vall, an ancient stone building that once housed the country's parliament. But beneath its proud history lies a chilling darkness. Late at night, when the streets are silent, strange lights flicker behind its windows, and disembodied whispers seep through the walls. Some say the spirits of long-dead lawmakers still haunt the halls, their restless souls bound to the place where justice was once served, and where many met their doom. Guards patrolling the building have reported hearing footsteps echoing in empty corridors, doors creaking open on their own, and an unseen force that seems to brush against them in the dark. The most disturbing legend tells of a ghostly figure standing at the main entrance, dressed in old-fashioned robes, silently watching those who pass by, only to vanish the moment they look away. Casa de la Vall is not just a monument of history, it is a prison for the past, where the dead refuse to be forgotten. 4. Túnel den Valira. Deep beneath the towering peaks of Andorra lies Túnel den Valira, a long, desolate tunnel carved through the mountain, but travelers who pass through it at night speak of strange and terrifying encounters. Headlights flicker as if something unseen moves in the darkness. Some drivers report glimpsing a lone figure standing on the side of the road, cloaked in shadows, yet when they turn to look again, there's nothing there. Others have heard faint whispers, barely audible over the roar of their engines, or seen ghostly handprints appear on their windshields without explanation. The most chilling stories come from those who have broken down inside the tunnel, stranded in complete darkness, only to feel an icy breath against their skin, and the sensation of unseen eyes watching them. Many believe the tunnel is cursed, haunted by the spirits of those who perished in its construction, or in the countless accidents that have occurred here. Some make it through unscathed, others are not so lucky. 5. Old Soldeu Church, Església de Sant Bartomeu de Soldeu. Perched on a lonely hillside, the old Soldeu Church stands in eerie silence, its ancient stones whispering tales of forgotten souls. By day, it is a place of solemn beauty, but when night falls, the air turns heavy with an unshakable dread. Locals avoid the church after dark, warning of shadowy figures that flicker in the candlelight and the chilling sound of footsteps echoing through the empty pews. Some claim to have seen a spectral priest standing at the altar, his hollow eyes fixed on something unseen. Others have reported hearing faint chanting in a language long lost to time, a ghostly choir calling from beyond the grave. The most terrifying tale speaks of a lone traveler who sought refuge inside during a storm, only to vanish without a trace, leaving behind nothing but his footprints leading to the altar. The old Soldeu Church is no longer just a place of worship. It is a gateway to something far more sinister, where the past refuses to rest. Six. Hotel Refugi dels Isards, Pas de la Casa. High in the snow-covered mountains of Pas de la Casa stands Hotel Refugi dels Isards, a once bustling refuge now shrouded in an unsettling silence. Guests who have stayed here speak of restless nights filled with eerie knocking on their doors, only to find empty hallways when they check. Some wake to the sensation of icy fingers brushing against their skin, though the windows remain shut tight. The most terrifying accounts come from those who have seen a figure standing at the foot of their beds, a shadowy presence with hollow eyes that vanishes the moment they move. Staff whisper of a room that no one dares to enter, where the air is suffocating and the sound of faint, sorrowful weeping can be heard through the walls. Legends say the hotel is haunted by the spirit of a lost traveler, doomed to wander its corridors for eternity. Those who stay the night often leave before dawn, unwilling to discover what truly lurks in the darkness. Seven. The ghostly valley of Madriu-Perafita-Claror. Deep within the mist-covered mountains of Andorra lies the Madriu-Perafita-Claror Valley, a place of breathtaking beauty by day, but by night it becomes something far more sinister. The locals tell of strange lights hovering above the valley floor, flickering like lanterns carried by unseen hands. Hikers who dare to camp here speak of ghostly whispers rustling through the trees, calling their names in voices they do not recognize. Some have reported waking in the middle of the night to find their belongings mysteriously moved, as if unseen forces had been sifting through them. But the most terrifying encounters come from those who claim to have seen spectral figures walking along the old shepherd's paths, pale, silent, and watching. Legends say they are the spirits of those who perished in the valley, lost to the wilderness and doomed to wander forever. Step too far into the darkness, and you may never find your way out again. 8. The abandoned mines of Llorts. Deep in the mountains of Andorra lie the abandoned mines of Llorts, a place where silence is never truly empty. Once thriving with miners searching for iron, the tunnels now sit in darkness, echoing with whispers of the past. Those who dare to venture inside report hearing the faint clinking of pickaxes, though no one is there. Some feel unseen hands brushing against their skin, as if the spirits of the lost miners still wander the shafts, trapped in an endless search for escape. The most chilling tale is that of the faceless miner, a shadowy figure seen lurking in the deepest tunnels, his hollow presence sending waves of terror through those who meet his gaze. Many who enter the mines describe an overwhelming sense of dread, an invisible weight pressing down on them, urging them to flee. Few dare to stay long, because in the mines of Llorts, the darkness is not empty. It watches, it waits, and sometimes it follows you home. 9. La Comella Prison, former detention center. Hidden in the shadows of the Andorran hills, La Comella Prison stands as a decaying reminder of a dark past. Once a place of confinement, its walls have absorbed the agony of those who suffered within. Though abandoned, the prison is far from empty. Visitors report hearing the clanking of unseen chains, anguished whispers drifting through the air, and cold spots that leave them shivering even in summer. Some have seen shadowy figures lurking in the doorways, watching, waiting. The most terrifying legend speaks of a prisoner who was wrongly convicted and died in his cell, his vengeful spirit now roaming the halls, seeking justice that never came. Those who step inside often describe a crushing sense of dread, as if the very walls are closing in, desperate to keep them there. Once you enter La Comella Prison, something follows you back, something that doesn't want to be forgotten. Tenth, Sant Joan de Caselles Church. In the quiet village of Canillo stands Sant Joan de Caselles, a Romanesque church frozen in time, but as night falls, its sacred halls take on a far more sinister presence. Travelers passing by have reported an eerie glow emanating from the bell tower, though no light should be there. Inside, the air is thick with whispers, soft, indecipherable murmurs that seem to come from nowhere and everywhere at once. The most chilling legend speaks of a ghostly monk, clad in tattered robes, who appears in the dead of night, kneeling before the altar in silent prayer. Those who have dared to approach say he slowly turns his head, revealing a hollow, lifeless face, before vanishing into thin air. Some believe he was a priest who met a tragic end, forever bound to the church in search of redemption. Others whisper that he is something far darker. Step inside if you dare, but once you do, you may never truly leave. These haunted locations hold secrets that may never be fully understood. Are they echoes of a tragic past, or something far more sinister? Tell us, would you dare to visit any of these places? Let us know in the comments, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more terrifying tales from around the world. Until next time, stay curious, stay brave, and beware the darkness.